And we are live. We are back. We are back. We are back for yet another live stream. Told you guys, I'm back with a bang, man. The return of the Mac. Guys, match week 2, English Premier League 2024-25. We're going to run through each and every fixture and, just analyze, give my thoughts, and, we talk about match week 3. There's cup matches coming up as well for some teams. And we're going to just have some fun. Keep the thing going. So, as you guys could see, I'm on the Premier League website right now. I'm going to actually use this and just run through this so that we could get a gist of what happened on match day 2. And before I even get into anything, I'll actually like to say, condolences to the family of Sven-Goran Eriksson, former England manager, legendary manager, Swedish manager. He was 76 years old. If we go to the Premier League homepage, there would definitely be something here about him. Right here, Football mourns the passing of Eriksson. And he managed England, when they had some of their best players, man. The likes of Lampard, Gerrard, Beckham, you name it, man. They still didn't win anything, but, Eriksson was a great manager. Former Manchester City manager as well. And the only accolade he ever won in the Premier League was a Manager of the Month for Manchester City. So, rest in peace, Sven-Goran Eriksson. So we won't dwell on that too much longer, but I like to say big up to everybody who's in the stream right now. Make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button. So we got Dupe in the house, man. Big up Dupe. How are you feeling? Mr. Money. Hey Dom, do you think Jamaica can make the World Cup? The thing about the whole World Cup thing, I haven't really started analyzing it as yet. We're in 2024. The World Cup is in 2026. Usually, I'm more on top of things, but not so much as of late. I'm just getting back in the swing of things when it comes to the channel. So I'm gonna have to find my bearing before I start talking about World Cup football. Big up, Miss Melina. How are you doing? How are things over in Canada? And the thing, Mr. Money, international break is coming up, and I haven't even checked the fixtures. I've just been, busy with a lot of other things, man. But yeah, definitely, I'll start covering some international football again. But guys, make sure you smash the thumbs up button. Let me know how the audio sounds. Let me know if everything sounds crisp and smooth. Everything sounds good on your end. As I like to give you guys quality stuff, Big up to the boy Demo Drake. Big up to Eric. Big up Victor Ojomo. Guys, smash up the thumbs up button. We got 11 people in here. Let's get the stream up to 100 likes. We got 15 people up in here. We're going to have a nice little stream. I don't want to be too long-winded today. But, Melina said the audio is crisp, man. Like some Soldanza plantain chips. God damn. So Mr. Money said, Dom, I think Brighton is going to be a problem this season for the Big Six. And you know what I'm going to say? You know what's my rebuttal? Brighton has been a problem for years. Brighton has been a problem. Not just for the Big Six in the Premier League. They've been a problem. So match week 2, the fatal flaw in Ten Hag's tactic. All that's discussed in the Premier League, on the Premier League website. I'm not going to actually go through each and every one of these things. I'm just going to go through the bulletin points. Slots revolution in evidence. I did talk a lot about that in the review video of the Liverpool-Brentford match. So guys, go check that one out. Arsenal statement with could be defining. I was going to make a video on that game, but, I was a bit caught up after that match. Man City in ominous spring-like form. Oh, man. Need I say more? I don't think so. Lack of control, a worry for Maresca. Postecoglou, smart tactical call. Pereira and Smith Rostar for Fulham. Tough start continues for Southampton. Early concerns for Crystal Palace's Glasner. And Barnes make impact for improving Newcastle United. So each and every match was discussed here. But I didn't watch every game, and I am not going to attempt to analyze every game thoroughly. It's not possible. Maybe in the past, when I really used to watch every single game, man. I used to watch every game. I used to make my notes, and I used to stream for hours and make sure I cover every game like thoroughly. I can't do it these days. It's not even, I don't think it's necessary, you know what I mean? I don't think it's necessary to really, double down on each and every game. So we're gonna get into the swing of things right now. If you guys have anything to add in the comments, please do so. Big up to Kevlon, big up to Jordan in the house. Big up everybody in the house right about now, man. Appreciate you guys joining the stream, Just getting things warming up again, man. Took a long break, but I'm back. It's okay to take a break. You see what I mean? As long as you come back and get back to business. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited about the new season. Are you excited? I'm excited. You see what I mean? So I like to use my Google page when I do reviews. The Premier League page looks nice and pretty and all, but I like to use the Google page. So we're going to go through each and every game, and we're going to start with the Brighton Man United game. We're going to start off really hot. And as I said in the preview, guys, I made predictions to every single game, and I also put a bet on every game. I'm betting now. I'm a betting man. But guess what? There's a kick to it, right? I'm only betting $1 per game, guys. $1 in every game. $1 per game, man. I'm not going in. I'm not going in hard. I'm not, spending my money and losing my money and have to go through depression because I just lost $200 on the weekend. I'm not doing none of that. You see? So the strategy is, for my predictions, I've been putting like a for the bets that I did, right? On every single game, I bet $1, but I split up the bets, right? I'm not an expert at betting. I split up the bets where, let's say, for example, let me use this one as an example. Fulham, Leicester City. I predicted a 2-1 win for Fulham. The game ended in a 2-1 win for Fulham. I put a win for Fulham, and I put an exact score, and I think I put something else, and I won some money on that game. So my account balance was about 21 and change, and I think after the weekend ended, I ended up with about $24 and change. So I made a little profit, and my plan is to actually up the stakes later on in the season. Maybe every weekend I bet $25 or something like that. I'm not gonna go in heavy, but I know if I go in heavy, I could win a lot of money. You see what I'll win a lot of money because, guys, I think I got 7 out of 10 predictions right in terms of the result. And that's not bad. I did not get the Man United Brighton because I predicted a 3-1 win for United. I predicted Villa and Arsenal to draw. And I predicted Palace and West Ham to draw. So solid predictions, man. So Mr. Money is saying I think Brighton should focus more on the Carabao Cup because if they win, they'll get the Conference League. I disagree with you. I think Brighton could actually get a top 6 finish and qualify directly to the Europa League. You see, the thing is tricky with the cups. You throw all your chips in when it comes to the cups, and you leave yourself, a bit empty on the weekend. Remember, the cup matches are in the middle of the week. You don't want to play your strongest team and then key players get injured, and then the weekend come along and you're struggling. So that's the thing that when it comes to cup matches is very, very tricky. You need a team with a deep squad and quality, depth on the bench, like a Manchester City, a Liverpool, an Arsenal, teams that has won the cups in recent times. So let's talk about the United Brighton game. Brighton United. So Brighton is somewhat of a bogey team for Manchester United, but I kind of fancied United to go on to pick up a victory. But the thing about United is that when you start saying like, okay, I think they're looking okay. They might win the game. They're looking okay from the first match. Then they go on and they lose, and this happened. This game could have gone anyway. It could have gone anyway. United had their chances. Brighton had their chances, but I think United. It was just quite unlucky of them not to walk away with something from this game, because it was pretty much level. You see the stats, everything was pretty much level. But I think the fact that that Garnacho goal didn't stand, Man United missed their chance to actually get something from this game. So Danny Welbeck scoring against his former team in the 32nd minute, really good build-up play and cross into the box for the tap-in. Diallo deflection, into the goal. Really good build up, really good wing play by Amad Diallo, and United were level, and then they went ahead, but the goal was chalked off, and then João Pedro set up by Adingra late there, with a brilliant header to win the match. United had their chances. Even Rashford scored a goal that was chalked off as well, but it's just unfortunate, man. And when you look at Brighton winning 2-1 against United, and when you look back at their record in recent past, I should say, it is just, when you look at United, it's just sad. They're just a sad club. Still spending a ton load of money, hiring the some of the best managers, well, at least before they came to United, and it's the same old story. Same old results. Losing to teams that were in the second division and third division and fourth division and playing non-league a decade ago. It's just simply pathetic. And I sound like a broken record because every season this is happening. Every single season. If you go back to last season, we could see the results. We could see the result, and we're gonna look because this is big. You see what I mean? This is a big result for Brighton, and this is a big result in terms of United continuing to be the laughing stock of the league. Like seriously, like come on, it's ridiculous. So you go back here, right? And I was talking about that 2-0 win. Because that is one reason why I say, okay, yeah, 2-0, they defeated Brighton on the road last season. I was like, yeah, I fancy them winning. But if you go back and you check on some of their results, 4-0 against Crystal Palace, 1-1 against a struggling Burnley last season. Like, just look, I don't even need to go far back. I really don't. Struggling in the FA Cup semi-final against Coventry. I think they had gone up and Coventry came back and almost won the game. You see what I mean? They recently got smashed 7-0 by Liverpool. This is pathetic. You see what I'm saying? This is simply pathetic. And I'll leave it right there because you know what? You know why I want to leave it right there? I do not want to take away anything from Brighton. I really don't want to take away anything from Brighton because this Brighton team has been absolutely magnificent. And kudos to the young manager as well. I'm still getting used to his name. I think his name is Hertzler. Still getting used to him. The guy is 31 years old. 31. He's the youngest permanent manager ever in the Premier League. Ryan Mason, who temporarily took charge of Spurs, he was like in his 20s, but he wasn't permanently appointed. This guy's 31 years old. You see what I mean? This guy could be my younger brother, my sibling. And he's managing in the Premier League. smashing up a legendary club like Manchester United. But the thing is, it's testament to Brighton's recruitment policy and the players that they bring in. They're spending money these days. But before they started splashing some cash, they would buy these players for cheap, you know, through their scouting system, bring them in for cheap. You see, bringing in, you know, guys like Veltman and Milner, you know, and guys like Lewis, even Lewis Dunk, who's been there for a very, very long time. You know, you just look around the squad and it's like Welbeck. You look at Welbeck. You see, guys where their career seems like it was done, they go to Brighton and they're like on fire. But I think one of the key to Brighton's success is these wingmen. The new man from the Gambia, Minte, Japanese, Karo Mitoma, and Simon Adingra off the bench. Even Julio Enciso. These guys, they even brought in Jorginho Rota from, I think he's formerly of Monaco. And then he went to Leeds. Didn't really do nothing at Leeds. And then they splashed the cash on him. You see? You look all around the squad is just talent. And just think about the players that they've sold already. We don't even need to get too deep into it. But guys like Ben White, you know, guys like Yves Bissouma, Alexis McAllister, and maybe a few of them are eluding me right now, but Chelsea's goalkeeper, you know, what's his name? Damn. Guys, I'm still very rusty. But Brighton, man, I'm not even gonna go deeper, but Brighton 2, United 1. God damn. Couldn't have predicted it. You see what I'm saying? Brighton starting off the season hot. 2 wins in 2. Perfect so far. Could they be fighting for top 4? It's left to be seen, man. Too early to call. Too early to call, man. If we look back at last season, guys. Look back at last season for Brighton. They finished 11th. Fell away a bit at the back end. You know, previous season, Brighton, 6th, top 6. Previous season, 9th. You know, so since they came in the Premier League, they've just been really, really, really impressive, man. So let's give it up. Let's give it up to Brighton. Big up to everybody in the stream. Eric is saying, and what are you doing? I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean? And what are you doing? What do you mean? What do you mean? Big up to Nick. Captain Falcon in the house. United play like EFL Championship at times. Big up to Pacharo. Dan Palmer just became 85 rated in the new FIFA. Well, he deserves it, man. Big up to Elijah Lawson. How are you doing, bro? How are you doing? So, look. I could stay and talk about United's bum ass for the next 25 minutes and how good Brighton are. But I'm going to keep it moving, man. I like what Brighton's doing. And when the transfer window is finally closed, I am going to do like a transfer special to talk about all the signings and give them a rating. I want to do like a little rating system, you know. I might have to actually make some cards and hold them up and be like A, B, C, you know. Let's give my ratings, you know, via some cards. So we're going to keep it moving, man. Definitely going to keep it moving. So the next match, before I do move on, for Brighton, their next game is tomorrow against Crawley Town in the EFL Cup. So that'll give him a chance to rotate the team and have a look, you know, at the bench strength. After that, the next game is against Arsenal. So that's a big test. One of these teams are going to probably continue to be perfect, and the other suffer their first loss, or are we going to get a draw? It's going to be a good game. Another player, now I see Arsenal, Leandro Trossard. You know, so Brighton, man, let's admire this team. As for Manchester United, their next game is a massive one, and it's a game against Liverpool. This is a big game this early in the season. And for Liverpool, this is a very, very nice time to play United. Coming off of a loss, had a so-so win on match day one. Nice time to play United when they're not, in form and, just catch them sleeping. So, once again, big up to everybody. Big up AD. Nick Fadley saying 4 teams with 2 out of 2 wins could change in week 3. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Guys, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button for the stream. Appreciate everybody tuning in to yet another one. Let's keep it moving, man. Sometimes, I have a problem moving on. I think so. I have a problem moving on to the next game. I just want to keep talking and talking and talking and talking about these matches, man. I got a problem. My computer is like freezing up on me right about now. It doesn't want to move on from Manchester United. But, yeah. What I'm going to do, I'm going to just click this and go back to the other games. So the next game, Tottenham versus Everton. I did predict a 2-0 win for Spurs. It ended in a 4-0 win for Ange Postecoglou and his boys. And I just watched the highlights. Didn't watch this game. Just watched the highlights. And Spurs were all over Everton. I feel it for Everton, man. They're struggling at the start of the season. 2 losses in 2. And the only place they could go is up. Because if they get any lower than where they are right about now, they could be relegation candidates. And I think there's even a threat of more points deduction for Everton this season. But if we know Sean Dyche, like we know Sean Dyche, they'll start picking up results sooner rather than later. You know what I mean? So Yves Bissouma in the 14th minute, that was a screamer. And we know every time or anytime Yves Bissouma score a goal, it's a screamer. It's a banger. He did it a lot of times at Brighton. And I think this is his first goal for Spurs, I heard a commentator say. So that was a brilliant goal. When it hits the freaking crossbar and go down, they always look spectacular. Son in the 25th minute. Oh, man. Jordan Pickford with the mistake, being casual on the ball. And Spurs scoring their second goal there through the Korean legend, Heung-min Son. Christian Romero with a thumping header in the 71st. And Son to complete his brace in the 77th. Everton failing to score. They did have their opportunities with 10 shots, but 1 on target. 13 shots for Spurs, 7 on target, and they bossed the possession with 71% of the ball. So I just want to point out something. Spurs, man, if you look at this Spurs team, they have completely overhauled and transformed their team. This whole team is brand new, with the exception of Son. They basically rebuild the team around Son. They got rid of Kane, Dyer, Lloris, Sissoko, you name it. Even a guy like Harry Winks. They got rid of everybody. Everybody. Vertonghen, Alderweireld. Remember those guys? Long gone, man. Long gone. You look at this team, Vicario. Unknown last season for the most part, and he was brilliant. Pedro Porro came through the Man City system in terms of, club ownership. He never played for City. Udogi from Italy. Van de Ven. Romero. These guys are, all quality players. Kulusevski, Bissouma, Maddison. Brennan Johnson from Forest. And the latest addition, Odobert, who was part of the Burnley team last season. And if you don't realize, a lot of the players that Vincent Kompany recruited at Burnley, a lot of them got picked up by other clubs for big money. So the talent was there. It's just lack of execution. Spurs got the tools to challenge this season. They have the tools. It's right there in front of you. I just listed out the players. And if you're going to check their bench, they brought in youngster Archie Gray, Lucas Bergvall. These guys look good. I've seen them. They look good. Richarlison know the league. He just needs to have his confidence going again. Papi Matasar has been playing well. They have defenders like Dragushin and Ben Davies is still at the club. I don't know how, but he's still at the club. Timo Werner could inject a burst of pace off the bench as well. So Spurs, they and probably some of the players that's injured right now as well. That I can't really think about right about now. But they look good. Postecoglou, to be honest, has done a great job since they hired him last season. 5th, and he could look to better that with a top 4 finish. As for Everton, man, Everton are a team that's always gonna struggle and grind out results, especially under Sean Dyche. So just gotta wait and see, man. I think they handed a debut to this young fullback called Dixon. Don't know him that well, but if you just look across this Everton team, they just look a little light in terms of quality. We know what Dokori could do, you know what I mean? We know what Calvert-Lewin and these guys could do, but it's going to take some time for them to actually heat up. So, big up to Mr. Money who said would love if Spurs win the league. Yeah, it's kind of far-fetched to think about Spurs winning a trophy, man. As Elijah Lawson is saying, Tottenham need to win a trophy. It's rough. But Mr. Money is also saying, I consider clubs like Aston Villa, Brighton, West Ham, and Newcastle as tier 2 teams in the Premier League. Well, I wouldn't consider Aston Villa and the new Aston Villa under Unai Emery tier 2 team because they got top 4 football. They got top 4 last season. They'll be in the Champions League this season. Newcastle were in the Champions League. Was it last season or the season before last? Whatever. But these are quality teams that have basically rebuilt and come fresh and look good. The Premier League is a sweet league, man. I was actually looking at Bournemouth in the highlights, and I'm like, they managed to sign a player like Evan Nilsson. You see, they're attracting players from Porto, top Portuguese club. They're attracting a player from a top Portuguese club. Evan Nilsson, I don't know what Porto did last season, if they're in the Champions League or not. I haven't been keeping tabs on who's in the Champions League and who's not, to be completely honest. I have to take a look at that, but not now. But with opportunities to play European football, you're going to leave and play for Bournemouth. That's how attractive the Premier League is. So, guys, I'm going to leave it right there. Kudos to Spurs. Big win. Hard luck to Everton. 2 losses in 2 matches. Spurs still unbeaten after their draw against Leicester on match day 1. So, in terms of their next game, Spurs would go away to Newcastle United. That's going to be a tough game. Traveling so far up north, it's always tough. And Newcastle, a quality team. And then you have the North London derby against Arsenal. Another London derby against Brentford. Man United game. The Brighton game. These are some really good games. More London derbies coming up again. The Aston Villa game. Spurs got some tough matches coming up. So let's see how they do fare in the weeks to come. So in terms of Everton, is it going to get easier for the Toffees? Let's see. They have a game tomorrow against Doncaster United, and that's not going to really help. But as a matter of fact, it could help. It really could help because maybe they need more time playing together. Maybe that's what they need. And a home match against Bournemouth, that they could squeeze out a draw and help their cause to start picking up some form, because after the international break, they got Aston Villa, they got Leicester. So I foresee some points in Everton's future. But they would like to actually win this game against Doncaster to help their confidence, to have a look in at some other players on the fringe. And, because if you lose a game against a team like Doncaster, who are in the lower leagues, it could dent your confidence even more. So, good luck to Everton. I'm going to leave that right there, and we're going to keep it moving. So the next match I have on my list here is Crystal Palace West Ham. I did predict a 1-1 draw in this match because Palace has a very good record against West Ham. And when I saw the scoreline, I was really surprised to see that they lost the game. Thomas Shusek in the 67th minute, Jared Bowen in the 72nd. Jared Bowen, man, I'm surprised none of the top teams haven't picked up Jared Bowen. I think he was linked with a move to Liverpool a few seasons ago, or maybe even last season, can't remember. But he's a quality player. I'm not saying all the best players should be playing for City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Spurs, Man United, and so on, Chelsea, right? The other teams need to compete as well, but that's how it is. If there's a quality player on a West Ham, you take that player. You see what I'm saying? That's what the bigger clubs always do. But Bowen is quality, man. Quality player. Came up from the championship as well. So there's some gems in the championship. But Oliver Glasner and Crystal Palace lost after, what was the result on match day 1 for these guys? I can't remember. They lost. They lost the game. Match day 1. No, they won. Wait. They lost the game. So 2 losses in 2 games. Not a good start. But they did finish the season well last season. Really, really good finish. Glasner came in and he looked good, but, things are not off to a good start this season at all. So, let's see. But, Lopetegui, first win as West Ham manager, and they look good in this game. They really did. Kudos, he has looked bright. Bowen, as I mentioned, Antonio, he continues to start despite them having full Krug in the team, but it's probably only a matter of time before we start seeing full Krug. Lucas Paqueta provides that quality. Newman, Guido Rodriguez gives them that stability in midfield there. So, Kilman had a very good game too from, what I saw in the highlights there, man. So, West Ham, they do have some quality in their lineup and on their bench, and they've been doing a lot of business. If you look at their bench there, that's a lot of quality. So expect West Ham to, grind out some quality results this season. As for Crystal Palace, it's left to be seen. Nice to see Ismail Assar back in the Premier League, but you look at their bench, kind of light. Crystal Palace type of, thing. Maybe they need to sign Raheem Sterling, give them a, inject some pace on the wings. That'll be crazy, though. Raheem Sterling moving from, Liverpool to City to Chelsea and then to Crystal Palace. Look like your career's declining to me, Raheem. But look, I don't want to dwell too much on this game. We saw, see a new defender there in the league, Riyadh. This guy Wharton has looked good. He's been getting a lot of praises, a lot of accolades. And Eze, man, oh my God. If Crystal Palace is struggling, I won't be surprised if someone scoops up Eze in January. I'm surprised he's still at Crystal Palace. He's so damn good, man. So, big up everybody in the house. Big up to Andre McKenzie. He said, wash out your mouth, bro. Spurs manager certainly not good. The entire team play above the half line. Big up to Raymond, who said, good morning. Good morning, Raymond. How are you? So he said, what you think about Chiesa to Liverpool? Did that happen, or are Liverpool linked to Chiesa? I didn't see that. I haven't looked at Fabrizio Romano's Twitter page or his emails today. Big up to Raza Brown. How are you doing, Raza? Big up everybody in the house, man. Make sure you smash up the thumbs up button. So, I don't want to dwell too much on this game, but 2-0 to West Ham, and they pick up their first points this season. Palace play Norwich tomorrow in the EFL Cup second round match, and then they have a London derby against Chelsea on Sunday, September 1st. Then they have Leicester, Man United coming up after the break. So good luck to Crystal Palace. As for the Hammers, their next match. The Hammers, they are taking part in the EFL Cup. They will play Bournemouth in the second round there. And then they have Manchester City this Saturday, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, New York time, baby. West Ham's going to get a skinning. That'll be a good game, though. That'll be a good game. West Ham bringing out the bubble machines. You know, City unleashing Kevin De Bruyne and Erling Haaland and co. Good luck to West Ham. This will be a good game, though. The Fulham West Ham game and the Chelsea West Ham game. They got like 3 London derbies coming up in a row. Nice. And 4 London derbies in 5 games. Nice. So we're going to keep it moving. If you guys have anything to add in the comments, please feel free to do so. The next game that we are going to move on to is the Southampton Nottingham Forest game. I predicted a 2-1 win for Forest, and they did win the game. Ended in I think that was a 1-0 win for Forest on the road. Big up to Nuno Espirito Santo. But Forest have done well since their promotion to the Premier League, man. You got to give it up to them. 78-minute goal by Morgan Gibbs-White. First shot saved. He got the ball back. I think it was even deflected and he got the ball back. Bang it in the back of the net. Ibrahim Sangare came close to scoring. I did not watch this game, but just the highlights. But Southampton, again, you know, not looking too good, man. Not looking too good. And I was watching the highlights and I'm like, who the hell is Russell Martin? He's 38 years old. He's another youngster in the league. Who is Russell Martin? Who is this dude? Who is this guy, though? Seriously. So, Russell Martin, he represented Scotland. I don't know I don't know him. Maybe I should, but I don't. He played, let me see. He played for Norwich. Maybe, I don't know, man. Maybe I seen the guy play before, but I just can't remember. Played 29 times for Scotland. I'm pretty sure I see this guy play before. Just can't remember the guy's name, man. Managed at Milton Keynes, Swansea, and then at Southampton, and, you know, got Southampton promoted back to the Premier League. So I think, let me make this prediction right now before I even go further. I think Russell Martin is going to get sacked. And he might be one of the first managers sacked this season. Russell Martin. Seriously. Simply because I can't remember the guy's name. I can't remember the guy's name. And Southampton ain't looking good this season in the Premier League, man. You know, when you move up a notch and the quality, you know, is a lot higher than the Championship, you're going to get found out, man. And they getting found out. 2 games, 2 losses. I know teams could rebound and they could get their act together and all, but Southampton, there's just Southampton just don't look good, man. Like, for example, right, when they brought Adam Armstrong in from the Championship, he was scoring a ton load of goals in the Championship, right? I think this is his 4th year at Southampton. Southampton went down and he's banging him in the Championship for fun again. And now they're back in the Premier League. He has to step up. And I don't think that's going to happen. You see, players got to step up when they meet quality teams. And guys like Armstrong got to step up. Seriously. You got to step up, man. It ain't looking good for Southampton. That's what it ain't looking good at all. It's not looking good. Not looking good. They look really, really sloppy, and the team looks light. Look at that team, guys. Does that team gives you any sense of a team that's going to stay in the league? I'm not saying they can't survive, but to me, from my assessment and my analysis, not looking good. Not at all. Not at all. As for Forest, however, They got some impactful players in their team. Morgan Gibbs-White, Anthony Longa, Callum Hudson-Odoi. These guys dazzled and sizzled last season. I think Sangare is a quality midfielder. And Elliot Anderson, acquired from Newcastle, he has a lot of potential. What I do like about Forest is the amount of players that they recruited. Yeah, they were bringing in guys like, Checo Kouyaté and, Aurier and these guys. But you know what's smart about a policy like that? These guys are experienced. These guys know the league, so they know how to navigate treacherous waters, right? Willie Bali is one of those guys as well. It's one of those guys. But if you haven't noticed, they phased out a lot of these guys. They've survived, I think, 2 seasons now. They phased out a lot of these guys, and they start bringing in, more quality. Even Chris Wood deserves a mention. But if you look across this team, Ilanga, Gibbs-White, Hudson-Odoi, Chris Wood, Elliot Anderson, Ola Aina, Nico Williams, all played for another club in the Premier League prior to them moving to Forest. And I'm going to leave it right there, man. Kudos to Forest. They're doing some good business. O&E was on fire last season. Just looking forward to see what they're going to do. Look, you got to put respect on Forest's name, man. Forest, listen, European royalty. You see what I mean? Whilst for Southampton, I think they still have that same mentality. Like, since the takeover, like they're still in that phase since the takeover. They had like a little takeover and they just started signing like just strictly youngsters, bringing in a lot of players on loan as well from other clubs. It ain't looking good for Southampton. I'm gonna leave it right there. Any thoughts in the comments here? Leo is saying prime Dominic Rich is back. I'm still heating up, man. I'm still doing my thing. Still heating up. Marcel, big up to Marcel. Marcel saying Southampton are doomed. They're going right back down. I'm with you, Marcel, 100%. Andrew McKenzie, Wolves need a proper striker. Big up Andrew McKenzie. I haven't seen you around the channel before. Maybe you were, but I can't remember you. So you're asking what you think about Barcelona signing players and can't register them. It just means that Barcelona is struggling financially, man. They're struggling financially, and this has been happening for some years. I'm not an avid follower of Barcelona, but I just want to say thank you to Barcelona for allowing Ilkay Gundogan to come back to Manchester City, because Gundogan is a clutch player and he's a legend. So Andre saying I'm always here, fam. Maybe you were always here, but you never used to say nothing. Because trust me, I remember the people who always commented and who always interact with me in the chat. So guys, we're going to leave it right there. And in terms of Southampton, is it going to get easier? They do have Cardiff in the second round of the EFL Cup and then Brentford away in the Premier League. So good luck to Southampton on their quest to Premier League survival. In terms of Forest, who do they have next? They have Newcastle in the EFL Cup second round, and then they play Wolves. That's a winnable match. That's a home match for Nuno. That's a winnable game. Forest could start the season strongly. Give it up to Forest, man. Give it up to Forest. 1-1 on opening day. And they got a win in the last match. So they got 4 points. They're 7th right now in the table. The table is insignificant, but still, it's good to start well, man. If you're running a 100-meter race, and this is not a 100-meter, but if you're running a 100-meter, it's good to start well. It's good to get out of the blocks smoothly. I'm not saying you can't, get out of the blocks, slow and still place, but you don't want to be playing catch up later on in the season. Every point is significant. That's why you can't be complacent. And that is what plagues a lot of teams. They're complacent in the middle of the season, and then at the back end in May, they try to play catch up. You see what I mean? Like Arsenal, like Liverpool in the past, losing the title by 1 and 2 points and things like that. Yeah, you got to stay on point. You got to stay on top of things. You got to be clinical. You got to have that killer instinct, and you got to just finish teams off. And I'm going to leave that right there. We're going to keep it moving. Fulham, Leicester City. I predicted that one, the exact score correctly. Fulham 2, Leicester 1. Leicester did pull off a good draw against Spurs on opening day. Could have even won the game. And they weren't bad in this game from watching the highlights. They weren't terrible. So look at the stats here. They had 10 shots, 4 on target, 45% of the ball. Fulham, however, 18 shots, 6 on target, 55% of the ball. That boy Marco Silva is cooking, man. He's cooking. I'm telling you. Give it up to Marco Silva. Emil Smith Rowe in the 18th minute. That was a great goal, man. I'm happy for Smith Rowe because he wasn't getting a lot of game time at Arsenal. I think him and Saka was on the same trajectory in terms of their development. You remember that season when it was just Saka and Smith Rowe for Arsenal, man? These guys were having a lot of fun. Scoring, assisting. And then Smith Rowe got injured. And he got somewhat out of favor at Arsenal. And I think it's a good move to go to Fulham, who are a very progressive club under Marco Silva. And they paid a lot of money for him. And in 2 matches, he's looked good. And he scored his first goal for Fulham. Wout Faes, the Belgian, he did equalize for Leicester City. But Alex Iwobi, another Arsenal reject. Let's call him an Arsenal reject. He scored in the 70th minute. But remember, after Arsenal, he did go to Everton and kind of struggled a bit at Everton. You know, he didn't really live up to potential. I think Everton paid some good money for Alex Iwobi as well. But guys, could you imagine? Could you remember when guys like Iwobi was at Arsenal? Seems like so long ago, man. Listen, time flies. Guys, we're in 2024. Do you remember during the pandemic? 2024. I don't think I was doing I wasn't doing a lot of streaming during the pandemic, from what I could recall. But you know, once the football came back, yeah, but whilst the football wasn't I can't even remember details from back then, but what I could remember from the pandemic was like the Champions League, when Manchester City got knocked out by Lyon, I think, over in Portugal, I think. Was it, right? Yeah, not good memories. But I've been doing this a long time, man. Time flies. Time flies, man. God damn. You know, sometimes I'm watching, like, I've been watching this guy on YouTube, right? He does football videos and stuff, right? And I'm like, and I'm hearing him talk about things. And I'm like, wow, bro. I remember when those things actually was happening. Seriously. Guy talking about when Tammy Abraham was on loan at Aston Villa. I'm like, God damn, that seems like so long ago. Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like Tammy Abraham was at Villa. Then he went back to Chelsea. And he's been over in Italy for some years. Like, wow. Crazy. Right, Melina? Time flies, man. Wow. Crazy. But anyways, man, well done to Fulham picking up that win there against Leicester. Leicester could be a gritty team. I think Leicester staying up, though. I think Leicester staying up. I have a slight feeling Leicester staying up. And I think this could be the year. I'm gonna make a it's not much of a prediction, but I have a feeling that Wolves might be going down. Wolves been in the Premier League for some years now since they came up under Nuno. I think they're going down though. They're not looking too good at all, man. You know, the guy was even talking about Fabio Silva. I think his name is Mikey FC or something like that. Mickey FC. I don't know if you guys are aware of him. He make a lot of YouTube shorts and stuff. He just popped up on my timeline. I was like, let me check this guy out. But, you know, he was talking about Fabio Silva. Remember when Wolves bought Fabio Silva for a whole lot of money and he has not done anything? I think Wolves might be going down. But Steve Cooper and Leicester unlucky in this match. 2-1 loss to Fulham there. A team that, you know, they could have picked up points against. Just to look across the lineup here, guys. See if we spot any new faces. Big up to Adama Traore. He did, I think he did smash into the post as well. He did hit the post. Not run into the post, but he did smash a ball into the post. Rodrigo Muniz, he had a chance as well. Decadova Reed, Bobby Reed coming up against his old team there. Let me see. Any new faces here? That's worth mentioning. Yeah, Ryan Sessegnon back on the bench for Fulham. Remember, he went from Fulham to Spurs for big money, and he was injured for almost his whole Spurs career. Ollie Skip, he was a name. That was a name I was looking for last week, man. Him and Harry Winks came over from Spurs. Jordan Ayew. Let me talk about this. Why are Leicester City mad? Are they mad? Listen, are they mad? Why are you signing players like Jordan Ayew? I'm pretty sure Leicester could go elsewhere and find another player that could, you know. But you know what? The thing too, Ayew's already in England. He's already played in the league. They probably think, yeah, we could get him for cheap. He has Premier League experience. Let's just sign him. We need some experience. But he doesn't really score a lot of goals. He's a hard-working player, but he doesn't give you a lot of goals. He doesn't give you a lot of assists. And I think that's what you need. So maybe they went for this option instead of maybe signing a foreign player where they gotta have work permit and all of that and this and that, right? Or if they're going to championship to try to sign a player, you know, they might try to apply the English tax, you know, and they might have to pay a lot of money. So it's a lot of different variables to why teams, you know, do the business that they do, man, you know. But Leicester, it's crazy that they got relegated the other day when they, remember Leicester signed these guys like Ricardo Pereira and Boubakary Soumare for like big money. They spent some big money on some players, man. And it's just sad. It's just sad, man. It's just sad to see the downfall of football clubs, but it's good to see them rise back up. And I think Leicester could actually stay in the league and survive this season. Jamie Vardy, I think he's the only surviving member of that title-winning team that's left in the whole squad, if I'm not mistaken. You know, think so. So, guys, with that being said, Timothy Castagne is a former Leicester player as well. You know, but with that being said, let's move on. Let's move on. I don't want to linger too much, but let me see if you guys have anything to say when it comes to this team. RU is rubbish. Thoughts on Fulham signings of Sander Berge and Joachim Andersen. I did touch on those ones last week. And I think those are quality signing of these Scandinavian players, man. Sander Berge has been highly rated for some years. And I remember when one of my, I can't remember if it was Advenco or, you know, I remember there was a subscriber by the name of Thriller. Who remembers Thriller? Where did he go, man? He just disappeared. Thriller was one of the guys around here. One of those guys that said that they want to see Sander Berge in the league. And then he came in the league via Sheffield United. Played in the league that first season. Went down, came up. This is his like fourth. Man, time flies, man. Time flies. It's crazy. I remember these things, but it's like it happened years ago. Best of RU and his brother was that Senegal World Cup where they did well. Senegal? You mean they don't play for Senegal. They play for Ghana. They play for Ghana, right? I don't know what it is, man. I don't know, man. Jordan Ayew and Andre Ayew, they just have some good agents because even Andre Ayew did recently get a stint playing for Forest. Remember that? I think it was Forest, right? That Andre Ayew recently played for. These guys are good. These guys are real good. But I'm really Dada Ayew, which is Andre Ayew. He pisses me off, man. He just pissed me off, especially when he's playing for Ghana. He just pisses me off. But anyways, with that being said, in terms of Fulham, their next game, Birmingham. Tomorrow, EFL Cup second round match. And then they play Ipswich this coming Saturday. And that's a winnable game for Fulham. They would want to take advantage and pick up all 3 points against Ipswich. And this goes back to picking up points when you're supposed to pick up points. When the 3 points is available against a team like Ipswich, take the 3 points. Take the damn 3 points. Don't go and drop 2 points. You see? Don't go and play them again later on this season and drop 2 more points. And then in May, you're behind. You're in the relegation zone by 4 points. 4 points will be the difference because you failed to beat the teams you're supposed to beat. But expect Fulham to definitely rotate in this EFL Cup match. They would want to continue in the tournament, but I don't think it should be of utmost importance to Marco Silva and his men. For Leicester, they play Tranmere Rovers in the EFL Cup. And then they play Aston Villa this Saturday. I did not make any predictions for the EFL Cup matches, but if I have some time at the back end of this live stream, we will take a look at the fixtures and we might take a look across some other leagues as well. Something that I always enjoy doing in the past. So it's your boy Dom, guys. I'm back with a bang, back with the heat. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Dom is making videos again. Big up to the boy MVP Kev who said all you brothers are hated by Ghanaians. Man, these guys, man. These guys are annoying. I'm telling you. They are annoying. So the next game that we have, guys. Manchester City versus Ipswich Town. I predicted a 5-0 win for my team. Man City. But guys, guess what happened? We conceded the first goal and I was like, oh boy. I was like, okay, I know a lot of people watching this are happy now, but guys, I was calm. I was calm as the Caribbean Sea on the west coast of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That's where I'm from. If you don't already know, that's where I'm from. But Sammy Schmodix, brilliant goal, played in behind. We know how Man City concede goals most of the time. Once you get 1v1 with Edison, 8 times out of 10, you're going to score. The other 2 times, the player's going to kick the ball wide. But 8 times out of 10, you're going to score a goal. Schmodix opening his Premier League goal tally as he's been very, very prolific in the lower leagues. So congrats to him and getting that opening goal. But Man City replied immediately through Erling Haaland. The new man, Savinho, was brought down in the box. Referee did not give the penalty. And before I even go on, big up to the black referee, man. It's nice seeing a black man in the Premier League refereeing a game. A black man with the whistle? Wow. That is an unprecedented sight. A black man with a whistle. Listen. Who is this guy? What is his name? What is it? I can't remember his name though. But it was like a late change. Listen, man. Let me see something, right? Black Premier League referees. Let me see. Let's do a research here. Look at this, right? Just look at this. Look at this. Let's pace and let's go. Damn. My bad. Pace and go. Okay, my bad again. I actually did not copy the right address. So sorry for that gibberish on the screen right there. Sorry for the gibberish on the screen there. But let's pace and let's go. All right. AI. Man, AI is a scary thing, man. AI. I typed in Black Premier League referees, right? And the Google AI said, as of December 2023, Sam Allison is the second black referee to officiate in the Premier League and the first in 15 years. You know what I said? I actually said something in my video when I made a little reaction for the City game. I said, I don't know if he managed the referee the game last season because I wasn't watching all the games last season, right? Maybe he did. I wasn't watching the games. I wasn't watching all the games, but it seems as if he did officiate a game. Let's continue to read this, right? Let's read. Allison, who is 42 years old, was appointed by the PGMOL to referee a match between Sheffield United and Luton Town on Boxing Day. His debut was dramatic, with Sheffield's second goal requiring a VAR check before Allison confirmed his decision. Allison's appointment was described as a pivotal moment for the sport by Howard Webb, the head of refereeing at PGMOL. BAM Ref, an organization, I can't read, right? An organization that supports Black, Asian, and mixed heritage referees, also highlighted the occasion as a positive step towards greater diversity in football officiating. Allison has also played football, starting with Swindon Town and later moving. Damn, I sound British a little bit there. I said later. I said later. And later moving on to Bristol City. AFC Bournemouth and Exeter City. He also represented Great Britain and England schoolboys a few times. Listen, man, give it up to Sam Allison. Groundbreaker. Damn. Trendsetter. Breaking down barriers. Sam Allison. Look at him. Look at him. We need to see this picture good. You see what I'm saying? We need to see. Listen, man. Listen. Sam Allison, man. He did a decent job in the game. I'm not going to lie. He wasn't too bad, but to be honest, he looked a little nervous sometimes. I was like, bro, make sure you're making the right decision there. And I think he made the wrong decision in terms of the penalty, right? And of course, VR is there to back him up. But it is nice to see a black referee in the Premier League. And you know what I was thinking today when I was actually looking at the highlights? There's so many black players in the league, man. God damn. Jesus Christ. All of these teams are like really, really black. Not Manchester City, but, you know, a lot of teams are like, the whole team is just predominantly black. And I'm like, and guys, I could talk like this because, of course, I'm black. So I could talk like this. I don't expect a white football YouTuber to be talking like this. So on behalf of all the people that want to say this, I'm going to say it, man. The teams are real black. Let's just put it out there, man. And it is what it is. So with so many black players in the league, it's only right that we have some black referees. I want to see more. Bring them on. Bring them on. I want to see some Pakistani and some Indian referees. If they're in the game, give them opportunities. Give them opportunities, man. Because let me tell you, man, let me just say this before I move on. A lot of these referees and a lot of these white referees in the Premier League has been dog shit for years upon years and seasons upon seasons. So if they've been so bad and so terrible, Why not just, give opportunities to other people and other races? Because if those other races are shit, then they'll just be just like the other referees. You see what I'm saying? It is what it is. Anyways, City 4, Ipswich 1. Haaland in the 12th via the penalty. Really well dispatched. I remember when City was having problems with penalties. Nobody could take penalties. You see what I mean? Riyad Mahrez double kicking penalties and all of that. Some of them he scored, some of them he missed. Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri, all these guys were taking penalties at one point. Sterling, that was when Aguero was out of favor. But I'm just saying, we got Erling Haaland slapping him in the back of the net now. And I was looking at a stat. This man has 7 Premier League hat-tricks in about 60-something games. And it took guys 300 and 400 and 500 games to score the amount of hat-tricks that they scored. I was looking at the leaderboard. It's crazy. Give it up to Erling Haaland, man. And with the fact that I'm saying that, I think it's only right that I find the graphic to show you guys that whole thing right there. I'm gonna share that with you right now. So give it up to Erling Haaland, man. A lot of people doubt Haaland, and they say a lot of things, and they say he won't, score the amount of goals he did like last season, and he this and that and whatever they want to say about Haaland. He's gonna flop. He's gonna this. Look at that. The man has 7 hat-tricks in 68 games. And look at how many games it took Rooney to score 7 hat-tricks. 491. Look at that. That is crazy. Erling Haaland will be at top of that list. Atop of that list if he plays 2 more seasons for City. This season, next season, and maybe another season, he'll be at top of the list. But we don't know how long we don't know how long he's gonna play for Manchester City. You know what I mean? We don't know. Maybe he wanna go to Barcelona. Maybe he wanna go to Real Madrid. I don't know where he wanna go. But I think Erling Haaland should stay right where he is. You don't need to go to these clubs. You see what I mean? Yeah, people say, yeah, these clubs are bigger than City. These clubs are this. But City are a top club. You stay right where you are, bro. Build your legacy. Build your legacy. Real Madrid already has Mbappe and Endrick and Vinicius and Rodrigo and Bellingham. You don't need to go over there, bro. Stay right where you are, right there. So give it up to Erling Haaland. Legend. Legend already. I'm going to call it. Erling Haaland is a legend already. The amount of goals he scored, the amount of hat-trick he scored, and the impact he's had since he has joined Manchester City. The man has 2 seasons in the league, 2 Golden Boot, and 2 Premier League titles. A Champions League title, a Club World Cup. The list goes on. God damn. Legend. Legend. Anyways, let's go back. And Haaland in the 16th, Haaland in the 88th, Kevin De Bruyne in the 14th, 4-1. I don't want to linger too much on this game. Guys, I already made a match reaction. Go check it out. City is my team. I think City is going to win 5 in a row. Not being biased. That's just how I feel. There's been seasons where I said we're not going to win the title. I didn't feel confident. For the last 2 seasons, it was Arsenal and Liverpool's titles to win. Liverpool could have won last year. Arsenal could have won last year. Arsenal should have won the year before. But guess who came out on top? Manchester City. Man City, the return of Ilkay Gundogan. Give Gundogan a shout out, man. Gundogan. Rico Lewis hitting the bar. I think Kevin De Bruyne did hit the bar. Kovacic got injured. I hope he's okay. I haven't really checked up on that. But Jeremy Doku and Savio sizzling. Oh, my God. Oh, tell me who's going to beat this team. Tell me who's going to beat this team. Look at that team. Who's going to beat? Look at the bench. Who's going to beat this team? It's nice to see McAtee getting minutes. I hope he stays at the club. I want to see this player develop, man. You know? I want to see him develop and turn into a player like what Phil Foden has become. It's kind of weird that we're not seeing Kyle Walker yet, right? I hope we keep Issa Kabori at the club too, but I think he's going to go out. I don't think we're going to keep him. It would be nice to keep him, though. It would be nice to keep him, give him some minutes at right back, but I don't think we're going to keep Issa Kabori, man. I think he was at Luton Town last season, and he did okay. Don't think so. Don't think we're going to keep him. But hard luck to Ipswich, another tough match to start the Premier League. But it should get easier from now on, right? So for City, next match is against West Ham this Saturday. And for Ipswich, they might be in the EFL Cup. Yep, they play Wimbledon away in the EFL Cup. Then they play Fulham this Saturday. So good luck to Ipswich in the upcoming games. So big up to everybody in here. What are you guys saying in the comments? He's saying Liverpool will beat them. Andre, you sound like a Jamaican, bro. That's a Jamaican name. Andre Mackenzie. That's definitely a Jamaican name. Big up to the boy Dane Richards who said, cannot believe my eyes. Good to have you back, bro. One love. Big up to Dane. Nice to be back. Oh my God. Back in the house. Woo! Doing my damn thing, man. It's nice, man. Live streaming is a fun thing. It's nice to live stream and chop it up and talk about, common interests. If you guys have anything you want to ask, you want to comment, just drop it in the chat. And if I see it, definitely I will read it. Andre saying, damn, why are you complaining? It's like City calls going, it's like calls going against Man City. It's not like calls going against Manchester City. Well, listen, man. Listen. Things are nice. Things are going well in terms of the refereeing decisions. I'm not going to complain. You know what I mean? I'm not complaining at all. Not complaining. BX Gutter says, who has the biggest match? Who has the biggest match this weekend? Well, I haven't really looked at all the weekend fixtures, but the Liverpool United match is the biggest match this weekend, without a doubt, man. So you're in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Big up to you, bro. Big up. How are things down there? I've never been to Myrtle Beach, though. I don't think I've been to South Carolina. Maybe I drove through on my way to Florida, because I did a road trip from New York to Florida 9 years ago. I won't do it again. Won't do that again. That was brutal. Won't do that again at all. Guys, if you haven't yet smashed the thumbs up button, make sure you do so. Smash up the like button for the stream. We got 25 likes so far. So if you're in here and you haven't yet liked the video, please do so. We'll definitely 100% appreciate that. Thanks for the support, man. So we're going to move on. I did talk about this game already. Don't want to linger too much on this one. So the next one I have is Villa Arsenal. I did predict a 2-2 draw. The Gunners came out on top. But I have to say, Villa looked good. Villa should have walked away with something from this match. But you can't be shoulda, woulda, coulda, in. You can't be doing that. Can't be, oh, this could have happened, this should have happened, this would have happened. No. It's what happened. And Arsenal won the game is what happened. And you got to give it to Arsenal. You got to give it to Arteta, who made the changes when he made the changes. And that boy Trossard is just simply, listen, you have a brake pedal, you have the gas pedal, and then you have the clutch. But instead of a clutch, you have Trossard. This guy is so clutch. His first touch, bang in the back of the net. Right place at the right time. And Thomas Partey, shot from distance, in the back of the net as well. 77 minute to put the nail in Villa's coffin. It was a valiant effort by Aston Villa. But they squandered too many chances. 11 shots, 3 on target. They outshot Arsenal. They didn't have a lot of the ball, but they had opportunities. Ollie Watkins should have scored, didn't score. There's a few other chances, but Watkins had opportunities, didn't take them. And they were made to pay. The score was level for 67 minutes, and I was like, yeah, this game is going to draw. I'm going to get my prediction right. Yeah, it's going to draw. But Arsenal, man, and this is what could make a difference. Villa pulled off the league double on Arsenal last season. And if you could beat the team that beat you twice last season, that's progress. That's a step in the right direction. You already knocked that monkey off your back there and say, okay, this is a team that we couldn't beat. We beat them. Let's just continue doing what we did last season now. So if they're able to pick up 6 points against Aston Villa, that means that Arsenal technically, right, hypothetically speaking, should go on to win the league, right? Just keep doing, just repeat everything you did last season, with the exception of the, with adding wins to the Aston Villa games. And that was the difference between Arsenal winning and losing last season. All they needed to do was win one of the games against Villa last season, and they'll be league champions. And that's why I mentioned earlier how important it is to win the games. Win games, take your opportunities when it present themselves, because there's going to be opportunities. You see those missed chances, it's going to come back to haunt you. It's going to come back to haunt you, man. And I always like to use analogies when it comes to like relationships and girls and things like that, right? You ever see a girl that you like and you ask around and you ask, is this girl single? And they say, yeah, man, she's single. She's been single for a while. You might even ask her, are you single? She said, yeah, I'm single. But you just there wasting time. You're looking at her, you're admiring her. Let's say you guys work together. You go into work. You're going to work every day. You're seeing her. You're not making a move. You just, you're just lollygagging, basically. And then finally, when you're ready to make your move, when you finally build up that courage, you see her with another guy outside under the tree, on the bench, all hug up, kissy, and you're like, damn, man, I let the opportunity slip. Especially if that girl was feeling you and giving you some vibes. That's been Arsenal with the Premier League the last 2 years. I couldn't have put it any better. That's been Arsenal with the Premier League the last 2 seasons. Keep missing out. They're too nice. They're too nice. Arsenal are like those guys that always hit up the girls and say, good morning, beautiful. Good morning, beautiful. Hey, gorgeous. Good morning, lovely. Hey, good morning. Well, City are the guys that be like, yo, big head. Yo, ugly girl, come over here. You know what I'm saying? Come over here. Let me feel up that body. You see? Listen, man. Listen. If you see something you want, you just got to go get it and stop playing games. And that's what Arsenal's been doing. Let's just say that. Let's just put it out there, plain and simple. It is what it is. And I just put it in a way that a lot of people could relate. You see what I mean? So, big up to Rachel in the house, man. How are you, Rachel? How are you? You see what I'm saying? And the thing is, right, when I say, hey, ugly girl, come over here, big head, big forehead girl, it's, the girl now would be like, who you calling big head? Who you calling ugly? I'm not ugly. And then you be like, that opens up a whole conversation there. You see, that breaks the ice. You see what I mean? That breaks the ice, man. You feel me? But anyways, man, Anyways, yeah, nice to be back. Nice to be back. I have to squeeze in some more live streams, here and there as time goes on. Though I'm trying to be as consistent as possible going forward. I've been busy. These are some rough times we're living in, man. I'm hustling, taking care of the fam, watching football. But you gotta come and you gotta discuss the games. You gotta just get back to business. Let's continue where I left off. I built this thing up. To 50,000 subs, and I just couldn't. I just can't abandon the channel like that. And I felt like I did abandon the channel a bit over the last, let's say, year and a half. I did make a few comebacks here and there, but I think this time I'm back for real. But with that being said, man, Arsenal, give it up to Arsenal, man. They're looking good. They're looking good all over. You see what I'm saying? Arsenal are like, they're a baddie. You see what I'm saying? Like if you drive through Brooklyn, when you're driving through Brooklyn and you're like, damn, god damn, that's Arsenal right there. So listen, Gabriel Martinelli, I think he's kind of cold right now. He needs some time to heat up. I think Arsenal should be starting Trossard over there. But if you could bring Trossard off the bench, that's going to give you, impact off the bench as well. So it's all good. It's all good. Havertz has looked good this season. I can't believe I'm saying that. Saka is their main man. They need to keep him fit because he's the heartbeat of that team. He's the heartbeat. I know Odegaard is really good, but Saka is the heartbeat, man. With Partey and Rice providing cover ahead of the defense, Arsenal, they're solid. And with all these, with these two, look, when you have Gabriel and Saliba playing together every single week, they're not even switching up. These guys are staying fit. That's going to give you that continuity and that solidity in defense. If you're switching defenders out, if you're rotating, that means that something's wrong. Something's not working. So you're always trying to chop and change to get the right combination. In the fullback positions, you could chop and change from time to time because these guys are working hard, running up and down the wings. But Ben White's versatile, Timber's versatile, and David Raya. Oh my God, this guy's been pulling off some big saves. Villa could have scored. This guy pulled off some massive saves, man. Look, on the Villa side, I could talk about the bench and all of that. Ricardo Calafiori, he came off the bench. That's a good signing. I heard he did well for Italy. I don't know the player that well. Just going to keep it real. Don't know the player. But if you look at Arsenal bench, there's room for improvement. They could bring in more. There's room for improvement. I think they've signed Mikel Merino. So there you go. There you go. And there might still be room for improvement. Let's say Nketiah leaves. Maybe Zinchenko or Kyria. One of these guys might want to leave to get game time. Arsenal could bolster their team. Aston Villa. I don't want to really talk too much about Villa right now. We know how good they've been. I want to talk about this player right here by the name of Morgan Rogers. God damn, he was good in this game. He was good in this game. Look out for this player. Morgan Rogers, 22 years old. Look out for him. Let's take a look at his Wikipedia page real quick. So they acquired him from Middlesbrough. I've seen the player name in FIFA. Formerly of Manchester City. Came through the academy, of course, 2019 to 2023. He was at City. And to be completely honest, I don't know this. I'm going to keep it real. I don't know this. So, and the reason why I don't know this is because maybe I saw the signing and I can't remember. Maybe I covered it back in the days. I can't remember. But he was acquired from West Brom in 2019. And as soon as City acquired him, I think he was playing with a youth team because that's 2019. That's 5 years ago. He's 22, so he was like 17. So he was amongst the U team, and in 2021 he went out to Lincoln City. Then he went to Bournemouth, he went to Blackpool, and then he was sold to Middlesbrough. And he's been coming through the youth ranks for England. And at Villa, he's played 12 times and he scored 3 goals. I think they bought him in January, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So on February 1st, Rodgers signed for Premier League club Aston Villa for an undisclosed fee, reported to be £8 million, potentially rising to 15 million. So for 15, let's say for £8 million, you're getting this type of value. And I'm gonna make this prediction right now before I move on. Aston Villa, if he continues to play the way he's playing and to play well and continue on the trajectory, Aston Villa could sell this player for upwards of 50 million to 75 million pounds, or even more. I'm gonna just leave that right there. This kid is much of a kid, but he is nice, man. You see, so kudos to Villa, great signings. They have a nice little team going, but Arsenal were simply too hot to handle. Give it up to Andre Onana as well. He was brilliant, once again there. But they're too hot to handle. We're going to keep it moving, guys. Big up to everybody in the chat. You see, you said, Dom, you overlooking Rodgers. You see, I didn't even see your comment. Didn't even see the comment. I had him in my mind to talk about him. I didn't overlook him. You said that at 9. Yeah, I didn't overlook him though. So Copa America living in Martinelli's head rent free. Yeah, I didn't actually watch the Copa America either. I was preoccupied handling some business. I haven't been watching a lot of international football lately, to be completely honest. Guys, one thing about me, man, listen, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not gonna come on here and lie to you about anything. You see what I'm saying? I may not reveal the truth, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna tell you every single thing, but I'm also not gonna lie to you. All right? So, guys, if you haven't yet liked the video, make sure you do so. Your boy's live again. Let's get those likes up. If you're watching the replay, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying the live stream. This is straight off the top. This is unscripted. I don't have any notes written down. Nothing like that. I'm basically, listen, I want to keep it PG, but listen, man, I'm just raw dogging it right now. So let us keep it. Let us keep it moving, man. Let us keep it moving. So well done to Arsenal, 2-2. They've been perfect so far. They have not conceded a goal. So all positives for Mikel Arteta and his boys. Bournemouth, Newcastle. I predicted a 1-1 draw, and it finished in a 1-1 draw. I placed a $1 bet on this game, $1, and I won some money. So, I think I won about $3 and something on this game. I'm only betting $1 in every game, guys. If you're late, I just started, betting, and I'm betting $1 on every game. Whether I split up the bet, 25 cents a bet, 33 cents 3 ways, 50 cents 2 ways, I just started, indulging in betting. And I'm going to try hard. I'm going to try very hard. And listen, man, knowing myself, listen, man, I work too hard for my money. I'm not gonna be betting no kind of $100 and $200 on no football game that I can't control. You see what I mean? If I put money on Erling Haaland scoring every game, I'll win money, but I don't have that kind of money to throw down the drain like that. So I'll bet $1 per game. Maybe later on in the season, I'll up the stakes and just say raw dog is good, bro. We're not gonna really get too deep into that conversation right about now, though. I'm gonna just leave it at that. There was some controversy in this game. Marcus Tavernier in the 37th minute, Anthony Gordon in the 77th, and there was a goal in extra time scored by Dango Ouattara, and it was ruled to be a handball by VAR. Listen, man, I didn't watch the game. I don't know. And what we could do right now is the best place to look at these things is Twitter. And if I search, let me see, Dango Ouattara. Let me see. Yeah, Dango Ouattara. I just want to search him and see if I see some, pictures and stuff of the damn handball, because from what I seen, it looked like, okay, let's take a look at this. Let's go over to Twitter and let's analyze this thing. I don't want to make assumptions. I just want to look at things to see what it is. So this is what happened, right? BBC Sport. Let's look at this picture. So BBC Sport zoomed it in, and the ball did hit the hand. That's what they showing. The ball did hit the hand right there. So people are saying Bournemouth got robbed, but this is what they zoomed in and saw, right? This is funny. How VAR sees Dango Ouattara. Funny. So let's look at this picture, right? Let me see. Is this of any significance? Yeah. So let me see. Gary Adams, who's a Bournemouth fan, says, the guy I really feel sorry for is Dango Ouattara. Must be the most unlucky guy in the camp when it comes to having goals chalked off. Yet he keeps smiling and puts in a shift every time he plays, no matter what position he plays. So apparently he scored here, chalked off, scored here, scored all these times, and he got chalked off. Very, very unlucky indeed. So, okay, I don't want to play any footage on the stream because it will get taken down. But what I could do is I could make it big like this, and I could zoom, right? We could zoom, guys. We could zoom. Let me see. Okay, that's not significant. That is not it. So I don't know why they're showing this. But yeah, they're about to get me in trouble. That was a cross. That was from August 11. That was probably from a preseason game. So this is the image from the international something, right? No handball if it hits your shoulder right here, and handball anywhere lower down on your shoulder. Right? You see? No handball. You see? So hope that helps to clarify things. So, don't have a picture or anything. I'm looking for a clearer picture. I did see the highlight. They even see? They even tweeted out the goal, but it wasn't a goal. Bournemouth, Brazil. So I don't know if this one is yeah, that is not one. Yeah, I can't find anything though. I can't find anything of the handball, really. But yeah. I can't find anything after handball, but it looks like it was off. It looks like it was handball. To me, it's a handball. What do you guys think? Let me see. Joelinton, no red was criminal. Yeah, I think he hit the goalkeeper or something. I didn't watch the game. Weren't they supposed to use computers to determine VAR incidents this season? I heard them say that VAR was going to be improved and they were going to give the referees more leverage and more, basically allow the referees to make more decisions and not really VAR every single thing. But, it's left to be seen, man. They always say one thing and then it's another. Let me see. Let me see if I could find the handball anywhere. So all I'm seeing is that picture there from the BBC. Okay, there's one right here. See? It was a handball, guys. It was a handball. Come on. We don't even need to go on anymore. Let's not even talk about this anymore. It was a freaking handball. See, I don't know what people are going on about. It was a handball. But look, man, Newcastle struggled on opening day, managed to still win the game despite Fabian Shaw getting sent off. And they got lucky again to squeeze out a draw in this game. So 4 points in 2 matches, not a bad start, but they're not looking as impressive as they were in previous seasons. Let's just keep it real. But kudos to Bournemouth for bringing in quality players. You look at all across this Bournemouth team, they got quality. These are some quality youngsters in this team here. Ivan Nilsson, Senesi, Kirke, Zabani, Arroyo over there, right back is a new player, along with guys like Christie and Cook, you know, Justin Clive. This, I like that. I really like that. Alex Scott, he's a youngster they paid a lot of money for. You know, they built the team around a lot of guys who's been around, like Adam Smith and Cook and these guys, right? Jaden Anthony. This guy had showed a lot of promise over the years. I want to see a bit more of him. I think he had got injured. And this guy, Daniel Jebison, I think I saw something that he's on his way out. Right here, yeah, right here. Watford sealed season-long deal for Bournemouth striker. What happened to that? Did it break down? Did it fell through? You see, right there. So how he's still at Bournemouth? That's what I'm trying to figure out. How is he still there? How is he still there? I saw it. I'm like, why is he still there? Okay, let's see if he leaves before the window closes. But the Premier League, very competitive. You have teams like Bournemouth bringing in quality players, spending a lot of money, and competing, you know, with Newcastle. Listen, that is big. And remember, Bournemouth recently got relegated and came back up. So give it up to them, man. The recruitment is on point, bringing in guys like Luis Sinistera, you know, quality player. I think he was at Leeds United. So give it up to Bournemouth. The team on paper, you look at that bench, not very, you know, intimidating, but on the field they are. Have definitely lost some, you know, players through like guys like Lloyd Kelly left, amongst a few others, but their recruitment has definitely been on point. Maybe Raheem Sterling should sign for Bournemouth. Ha 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 ha. So with Bournemouth, their next game is against West Ham in the EFL Cup. Then they play Everton, a game they could win. And for Newcastle United, they do have EFL Cup match coming up tomorrow. No, on Wednesday, not tomorrow, but on Wednesday against Forest. And they play Spurs in their next Premier League game at home. And if we take a quick look at that, they have a higher probability of winning that game against Spurs. So there's not much stats in terms of the recent fixtures and stuff, but I think that'll get updated very, very soon. So with that being said, guys, we only have 2 matches to talk about. And ironically, the Liverpool game is the last one we're going to talk about. So Wolves versus Chelsea. What a freaking game of football. This was the best game this weekend. This game right here. I don't care what nobody say. Whatever you say, I'm not listening. Whatever game you think was better than this, I'm not listening, because you don't know what you're talking about. This was the best game. From back to front, this game was the best game. From front to back, back to front, sideways. This game, entertainment, man. This was good. I predicted a win for Chelsea. And Wolves, I think, did the league double against Chelsea last season, if I'm not mistaken. So for Chelsea to go and pick up a victory, all credit goes to Maresca and his boys, man. Did lose to City on match day 1, but, you know, held their chins up and pulled off an away victory against Wolves, a team that has troubled them recently. And as I mentioned last week, and I'm going to mention again, Wolves don't look good. Gary O'Neill and his boys need to work it out, and they need to start picking up points because it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. It ain't looking good. It ain't looking good. Let me just put it out there. So, Nicholas Jackson in the 2nd minute, very good goal, headed in, celebrated in front of the Wolves fans. I did already made a video talking about this. I don't need to really do what I'm doing right now. I don't really need to. I could just summarize. I made a video. If you're interested, go check out the video. Jackson in the 2nd, Cunha in the 27th, Cole Palmer in the 45th. Outlandish goal set up by Nicholas Jackson. You know, Robert Sanchez, straight to Jackson, straight to Palmer. Palmer chipping Jose Sign goal. Absolutely spectacular. Give it up to Cole Palmer. Strand Larson to make it 2-2 in first half extra time, but it was all Chelsea in the second half. It was the Noni Madueke show. 49th, 58th, 63rd minute goal, all set up by Cole Palmer. Jesus, man. Give it up. Listen, this guy Cole Palmer, man. Listen, this guy is cold as ice. This guy is cold, man. This guy, man, one of the best signings. One of the best signings for any team in the recent past. Cole freaking Palmer. What he did at Chelsea last year was not expected. And he's still doing it. It was no fluke. He's still doing big things. The guy is a baller. Give it up to Cole Palmer, man. Former Man City player, of course. We should have kept him. We should have kept him, man. He could be the one that got away. But the thing about City is that our recruitment system is so damn good that we brought in Savinho. You see what I'm saying? So you let go Cole Palmer, you bring in Savinho, but it's really unfair. Listen, this thing is a really unfair game when you think about it, right? It's really unfair. Why couldn't Cole Palmer get a start at City? You see what I'm saying? Why he couldn't get an opportunity to say start? Let him start. He's one of our own. We didn't have to sign. He came to the academy. Play him. Just the way we give Phil Foden the opportunity. Play Cole Palmer. And I think if Cole Palmer had stayed, he would have gotten his opportunities because Pep give these guys chances. Look at what he done with Oscar Bob. Look at what he's done with Rico Lewis. You know, Phil Foden, as I mentioned, you know. And a lot more players could have gotten their opportunities if they were around the club still. But I don't know if it was City's idea to sell these players, or the players are so good that teams have scouted these players and they came in, you know, for these players. They say, hey man, we're interested in big up to Melina, big up. Madueke, man. It was a Madueke show indeed, man. But yeah. Since I'm talking about Cole Palmer, I just mentioned these. I don't want to go down a rabbit hole because I was almost about to go down a rabbit hole right now. So I'm not going to go down a rabbit hole. So for Chelsea, they clicked in this game, or they're going to continue clicking. João Felix, for his second coming as a permanent Chelsea player, set up by one of their new man, Pedro Neto, who was, you know, sizzling in his little cameo. João Felix in the 80th minute. Chelsea could have scored more if João Felix wasn't as selfish as he was on a few occasions and his decision making was a little bit off. There was a play when they broke away and Christopher Nkunku was running in space and he could have just slid the ball right through, and Nkunku, knowing how clinical he is, would have went on to score. If Chelsea don't Chelsea, they got a lot of potential, as I mentioned in the video. Even though Nicholas Jackson might be annoying and he missed a lot of chances, the man still scored 14 goals last year. It should have been 25. These guys got to be clinical. If you're clinical, then Chelsea are going to place high in the table. But when you look across this team here, Maresca is blessed. He's blessed with a multitude of talent here. You got Madueke, who's shown us what he could do, right? And the crazy thing is, when Madueke was at PSV, maybe we look at him like, damn, this guy's a baller, damn. But when he go to Chelsea, then you start hating. You wish he failed, right? You say, yeah, you know. But we forget where these players came from. Remember when Mudryk was at Shakhtar? Everyone loved him. But now he's at Chelsea. You're like, yeah, he's flop. He's this, he's what. You know, these guys are still young. They're still cooking. They just need some guidance. And if you look at this team, it's like a lot of potential, man. A lot of potential. Remember, and the thing is, and I'm guilty of it too, I really don't like Enzo Fernandez anymore. I don't. To me, he's very annoying now. Just looking at him, I'm like, I just can't stand the look at Enzo Fernandez now. But when he was at Benfica, oh man, I remember I used to talk about this guy. This guy is good. He's scoring, he's assisting. Oh man, this guy Enzo Fernandez, bam, 100 million. Caicedo, 100 million. Remember him at Brighton? He was damn good at Brighton. I even forgot to mention him earlier. You see? Cucurella at Brighton. Remember Cucurella at Brighton? You see, we forget these things. Colwell was at Brighton as well. If I'm not mistaken, he might have been there. What was he there on loan, or was he let me see. I think he was there. Wait, let me see. Yeah, he was there on loan. Yeah, he was there on loan. And he was so good on loan that Chelsea had to keep him. You know, so look, man. Look. If Chelsea get their combination right, remember Fofana was at Leicester. You know, Gusto came in, I think, from the French league. This is a brand new Chelsea team. Brand new, out the box. Out the plastic. Ripped out the plastic. That's why they're getting rid of Raheem Sterling. They don't want none of these old players no more. It's all fresh players. Look at that. All fresh players. Fresh team. Sanchez from Brighton. They took the whole Brighton team, basically. Look at that. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know? But if you look across this team, man, it's all quality, man. It's all quality. Maybe not so much body as Chile. I saw a recent highlight reel of him just making a bunch of stupid mistakes. Maybe not him. But the player I like at Chelsea a lot, think he's injured now, is Disasi. He's a good player. He's a good player. But look, man, Maresca, you got a lot of talent to work with. Good luck. As for Wolves, I think they're going down, man. I think they're going down. I might be wrong, but I just have a feeling they're going down. Mosquera does look like a good player. Mateus Cunha, we know he's quality. I don't know. They're not looking too good. Mario Lemina, man, he did score a screamer of a goal, but it was chalked off. This was a great game of football. Did enjoy it. And, you know, Chelsea came out on top. Emphatic win. For Wolves, their next match is against Burnley in the AFL second round. Then they play Forest on the road. As for the men in blue, Chelsea, the next game is against Servette on the road. Europa Conference League playoff. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Talk about you playing in the Europa Conference League. I don't want to be in that Europa Conference League thing, man. I don't want to be going to freaking Kosovo and, you know, deep down somewhere in Croatia, Serbia, Slovenia, playing against these prescription, you know, names of prescription teams with names that sounds like diseases. Anyways, man, listen, we are gonna keep it moving. Did get that prediction right, and last but not least, the Reds, Liverpool 3. Well, that was my prediction. 3-1 over Brentford, and it finished in a 2-0 win for Liverpool. Luis Diaz in the 13th minute. Mo Salah in the 70th minute. It's like the first game, right? Reminiscent of the first game. You look back at the first game here against Ipswich Town. Bam. Jota, Salah. You know, so 2-0, 2-0. Clean sheet, clean sheet. So, as I mentioned in the video, the analysis video, perfect start for Liverpool in all departments. Maybe the midfield is a bit suspect, but still, it's a positive start. Someone did mention in the comments that McAllister, you know, he's more, you know, he doesn't score a lot of goals because, you know, because I mentioned that these guys need to contribute in terms of goals. McAllister used to score a lot of goals for Brighton. You see, if we go back and we look at Alexis McAllister, right? Let's take a look at his career. Let's just go to Wikipedia right quick, right? For Brighton and Hove Albion, the man scored 16 goals. For Liverpool so far, he has scored 5 in 35 games. So he's on a similar trajectory. So maybe I was wrong. He's scoring goals. But he needs to score more because you move from Brighton to Liverpool, you're going up. You see what I'm saying? You go up another level, basically. So everything got to go up another level. The man has already been capped 31 times for Argentina. When you see these guys playing for Brighton, you know, 5 years ago, you would have never thought that they would have been playing for Argentina because Brighton was not a club that you're like, yeah, you know, think about it. Think about it. It's crazy, man. The rise of these players. Quality midfielder, though. Quality little player, man. Alexis McAllister. Quality player. Good signing by Liverpool. And another thing I mentioned is how fresh this Liverpool team looks. Really fresh, man. Really, really fresh. Out with the old, in with the new. Look at that team. Fresh team. You know, one thing I have to mention, and I forgot to talk about in the video. Trent Alexander-Arnold, man. Bro, come on, bro. Come on, bro. You acting like a little sissy. You see what I mean? You acting like a little sissy. And that's the right word. You acting like a little sissy, Trent. Seriously. What is this? What is this? What is this, bro? You see what I mean? Look, what is this right here? And I got to give it up to Slot, though. And this is something that I didn't mention. Slot. Big up to Demo. A lot of players are upset at coming off. Trent is experienced enough. You're experienced enough. And as Marcel's saying, you're acting like a big baby. Newcastle, top sober. Yeah, quality guy, man. Quality defender. And Mark Guay, he has been linked to them as well. Yeah. As a grown man, as a professional, you get taken off. Your team is already, I think at the time Liverpool were already up 1-0 when he got taken off. I think he got taken off like around 61st minute or so, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if they mention anything here. When he was taken off. Let me see. Yeah, they didn't mention anything here. But yeah. Every player wants to play 90 minutes, but I think the players were on the bench from the start were really happy with the choice. Oh, yeah. Listen, man, listen. Let me give my take on it, right? You have a young, up-and-coming, very, you know, quality with a lot of potential, a player like Connor Bradley. He's on the bench. You don't want to have him on the bench rotting and have, you know, him wanting game time and have his confidence suffering. You see what I'm saying? You don't want that. If you're in a strong position where you're already winning, I just want to look at the timeline for when he got taken off, right? Let's just go down. I think it was 61st minute. Oh, yeah, right here. 72 minutes. You already up 2-0. You're already up 2-0. You're up 2-0 against Brentford at home. if the coach say come off, you should hold your head up high, look up in the stands, clap. They give you a round of applause, standing ovation. You were good, going forward. You didn't do too bad in the game. You guys didn't concede any goals, so they can't say Trent was bad. Trent was bad in defense or whatnot. Go off, allow the youngster, give him a hug. I can't remember the exchange between the two players when they came off. I can't remember. Give the man a hug, tell him all the best. Sportsmanship. Camaraderie. Get off the fucking field and stop crying like a big baby. Going up in the stands and crying. You should have seen his face after Slot spoke to him. Why does Slot have to run up in the freaking dugout to sit down and talk to him? Why? Because Slot is new and Slot has to say, okay, man, god damn, I gotta do this. He should not have done it. He should be able to say, well done, Trent. Trent, give his manager a high five. You're happy your team is in a winning position. And, go grab a bottle of water, and drink and feel good. Feel proud of the team performance and stop thinking about your damn self. You're thinking about yourself, Trent. You're mad that you came off. Yeah, everybody want to play 90 minutes. But at this point in time, you're playing under a new manager. He want to look at Connor Bradley. He want to split up the share the game time. He wanna manage the workload. Let's say Trent stays on. You're already winning the game. Trent, who's a key component of Liverpool team, especially going forward in attack with the way he crossed the ball and his passing and his free kicks. You leave him on the field for an extra 20 minutes when you don't need to have him on the field, and then he breaks a leg. Think about it. He breaks a leg. What you gonna say? How you gonna feel then, Trent? Stop crying. Stop crying. I think he did the right thing. Let Connor Bradley come on, do his thing. Maybe when Liverpool has a cup match, Connor Bradley could come on and start the game. And he'll play well because he already had game time in the Premier League. His confidence is high. He feels like he's part of the team because he's getting game time. He's developing trust with the manager. Now, you know what? Trent just left a sour taste in Slot's mouth. But I give Slot a lot of credit that he actually went up in the stands and spoke to him and explained and said, listen, bro, bam, 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 this is why I did this. It's all good. Or maybe that's not what he said. Maybe he went up and said, listen, boy. And I saw a meme that somebody said, maybe he went up and said, listen, youngster, I'm in charge now. It's not Klopp. It's not Klopp. It's Slot. Look at me good. Look me in my face. Do you see Jurgen Klopp here? I'm not wearing a cap. I don't have big teeth. It's me, Slot. I took you off because that's my decision. You got to learn to live with it. We got 6 more days in the transfer window. If you don't like it, put in a request and get the hell out the club. Maybe that's what he said. But anyways, though, I think Slot just went up and said, yeah, man, it's all right. You look like you were tiring, and I made the decision to just take you off. You know what I mean? Slot basically did the man a favor. Like sometimes some people do you a Some people do you a favor, they bless you, and you don't even know it. You don't even realize you got blessed. Sometimes you have to know when you got blessed. You see? And guys, if you haven't liked the video, make sure you do so. We got 30 likes. Smash up the thumbs up button if you're watching the replay. Like up the thing. Like it up. Like it up, man. Anyways, Brentford, it was a good effort, but they were never gonna get anything against Liverpool there. Szoboszlai. I did mention I want to see more goal contributions from Szoboszlai, but I did later see his game stats, and they were really, really impressive. So give it up to my namesake, Dominic Szoboszlai, who's cooking in the Liverpool midfield. But as an attacking midfielder, there need to be more output in terms of numbers. And guys always like Dre always like to say, oh, you know, he this, he that, he that. You look at his stats, look at his passing. Where are the numbers? Where are the numbers? So in 35 games for Liverpool, he got 3 goals. For RB Leipzig, 62 matches, he scored 12 times. For Salzburg, 16 times in 56. But we're talking about the Premier League here. For Hungary, 45 games, he got 12 goals. So he has a reputation of scoring goals. You got to bring that reputation with you at Liverpool. You see? I have not checked his assist stats. Let's check his assist stats. Okay, let's look at his assist stats. Let's look at his overall stats. Let's go over to transfer marked. Guys, I'm pulling out the weapons, right? Pulling out the weapons. Transfer marked is a weapon I like to use. And I did get into using things like Sofa Score and all of that, you know, previously. Why did this add up here? I'm not moving. Thank you very much, ad. But I'll use those things when we get deeper into the analytics, the analysis of the analytics. But this is what Liverpool team looks like currently. Seems as if Liverpool did bring in this youngster from the, what was that? From the under 21, Viteslav Jaros. That sounds kind of Hungarian to me. So a Liverpool team looks like right there, man. Nat Phillips is still part of the squad. Liverpool got to get rid of these guys, man. These guys ain't, you know, you ain't going to win no titles, you know, with these guys playing week in, week out. I know Demo J going to be like, come on, Dom. Nat Phillips has been good for us. Liverpool has been linked to Georgi Mamardashvili. Georgian goalkeeper, I think he's at Valencia. Stefan Bajcetic. He looked good before he got injured. Is he still injured? Is Bajcetic still injured? I think so, you know. I think so. I even forgot about this dude, man. Stefan Bajcetic. That guy, that kid looked good. Why is this ad coming up, though? That's what I don't understand, man. Why is this ad keep coming up? But Stefan Bajcetic did look good. I think he's currently injured, though. Might be injured. But 12 Premier League games, and in those games, the man looked good. Right? Am I right? Am I on point? Phillips is a machine. Phillips is not good enough for Liverpool, man. Phillips need to be playing at Crystal Palace and one of them newly promoted clubs, Ipswich Town, or in the champ. I think Phillips should you know, put in a transfer request to the championship or something. But yeah, the Liverpool squad is solid, very solid. Ben Doak, he looked really good. A few cameos that he made recently. So Liverpool do have a few good youngsters in the team. Curtis Jones, I think, you know, he should have been in the bracket of guys like Saka and Foden and Bellingham and them guys, but nowhere near. Nowhere near. So Liverpool, you look at this squad, they do have the tools to challenge for the title. Maybe they need a few more additions, but still look good nevertheless. So, yeah. I wanted to look at Dominic Szoboszlai. Let's not get carried away. Szoboszlai. Dominic Szoboszlai. Liverpool. Let's take a look at this. Liverpool brought him in for 70 million euros. Big signing, big money, big money. Anyways, let's look at his stats, all seasons. Stats by club. Liverpool. He's played 47 matches. He got, what is this? 5 goals. What is this? Assists? Which one? Yeah. 7 goals and 5 assists. Not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad. His numbers at Salzburg was really good. 26 goals, 34 assists. And 20 goals for Leipzig, 22 assists in 91 games. So let's say you double the games for Liverpool, right? And you have 94 matches, 14 goals, 10 assists. That's not going to be good. That'll be poor. So I think I was right to say Szoboszlai's numbers need to look a lot better than this right now. Maybe I'm being a little harsh on the player, but they need to look a little bit better than this. Is there a comparable player that I could say, okay, let me compare him to this player and look at the stats? Any player, let me see. Which player comes to mind right now? I don't see. I can't think of a player right about now that comes to mind. Let me see. That came in last season. Yeah, I can't think of any player right about now. But let's say I think in the same period, if we were to compare other players in the same period, like let's say across the 47 matches that Szoboszlai played, let's take a look at Odegaard. Right? Let's take a look at Martin Odegaard and how I'm going to break this down. I'm going to use Odegaard because they play pretty much the same position, right? All seasons, right? Let's look at last season because Szoboszlai came in last season. So let's look at last season in the Premier League. 23-24, 35 games, 8 goals, 10 assists. Those are already better numbers than Szoboszlai's numbers, right? In the Champions League last season, 2 goals, 1 assist. So that's 44 matches. Odegaard already has 10 goals, 11 assists in that period of time right there. You see what I'm saying? If you want to add the EFL Cup, that's 11 goals, 11 assists in 44 and exactly 47 matches last season. Exactly 47 matches last season. Odegaard has 10 goals, 11 goals, and 11 assists. You see what I'm saying? So he needs to up his game. If Liverpool are gonna win a title or win the title, his numbers gotta be better. And I use Odegaard because that's a team that plays ahead of Liverpool, right? And I'm gonna leave it right there. I could go into more players. I could go into Foden or De Bruyne, and then the numbers are gonna be better as well. So any two different roles? Nah. These guys are playing attacking midfield. How is it two different roles? I don't think they play two different roles. Arsenal main creator is Odegaard for the most. So what is Szoboszlai doing in Liverpool's team? What is Szoboszlai's role in Liverpool team then? Tell me. Exactly. Tell me. What is he there to do? You guys need to stop making excuses for these players. Stop making excuses for these players. Stop making excuses for these guys. These guys are getting paid to set up goals and to score goals, and most of them aren't doing their jobs. Let's just keep it 100. So with that being said, man, Liverpool's next game would be against Manchester United. Let's just go back here and just finish off this week's analysis of match week 2. Liverpool's next game will be against United, and for Brentford, their next game is against Colchester on Wednesday, and then they play Southampton at home on Saturday. So that's it. That's it for this week. That's what the standings look like. City at the top, 2-2 on goal difference. Brighton second, Arsenal third, Liverpool fourth, Tottenham fifth, Newcastle sixth, Forest seventh. All teams unbeaten so far in the league. So the other teams on the table, not really want to go too much into that. And the teams in jeopardy so far with no wins, well, no points. Southampton, Crystal Palace, Ipswich Town, Wolves, Everton. Last season was very tight down at the bottom for the most part. And it could be the same again this season. So thanks everybody for tuning in, man. Appreciate that. Before I go, let's take a look at the championship and see what's going on in the championship right now. I like to take a look at the championship when I talk about the Premier League to know what's going on. Match day 3 of 46. Let's just take a quick look at see if there were any crazy score lines. Not gonna go through each and every fixture, of course, but recently relegated Luton Town lost, Sheffield drew, Burnley lost, and I want to stay in tune with what's going on in the championship because it's an exciting league. I do have access to watch the championship on ESPN Plus, and I will catch a few games when I could. So yeah, no crazy results there in terms of high score lines, but Burnley did beat Cardiff 5-0. You see there, Sunderland beat Sheffield Wednesday 4-0. Good game here, 4-3. Yeah, nothing too crazy, but I'm pretty sure things has happened, but you can't really know from looking at it right there. But I'm not really in tune with what's going on to say, like, I'm not a championship expert. I just like to look and see what's going on. But to check the table to see if I see any teams that, be like, whoa, this team is in the championship. Not really. Obviously there's been teams that got promoted and all, but, I'm not that knowledgeable about the championship. I think Portsmouth are on the way up. I think they're on the way up. Let me see something. Let me see. I am not sure what's going on, but the championship, let's take a look at the current season, and let's see. Let me see something. Okay. All right, right here. Promoted. I was right. Portsmouth up from League One. Derby County. After I think Wayne Rooney got them relegated. Oxford United, the U's. And I know this team from when they played against City in a cup match. So from the championship promoted to the Premier League, Leicester, Ipswich, and Southampton. Teams relegated from the Premier League, Luton Town, Burnley, and Sheffield United. So there's been a lot of movement, right? So you see, 3 teams from the championship go up to the Premier League. 3 teams from the Premier League go down. 3 teams from the championship go down, and 3 teams from League One go up. So it's exciting stuff, man. Relegated to League One last season were Birmingham City. Wow. Huddersfield and Rotherham United. But Huddersfield, remember when they were in the Premier League, man? God damn. Huddersfield. And they got relegated. Down back to League One. Anyways, I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to leave it right there, though. Who do you guys think are coming up this season? Who do you think's coming up? Let me know in the chat if you wish. I don't know. I can't make a prediction, but do I think any of the Premier League teams that got relegated are going to come back up? To be honest, I don't really know. A lot of teams get relegated and then they sell players, they loan out the players who want bigger wages, and then the teams are like weakened. So I really can't predict that, man. I can't predict that. Leeds might come back. Leeds almost came back up last season. So maybe they will. Who knows? Because when the teams like get into the championship playoffs like the previous season and they fail, the next season they'll come back at it. You know what I mean? So Man City is going to League One after those charges from the FA. I know that's what you guys all want to see, but that's not going to happen. Listen, man, let's take a quick look at La Liga. And I used to do something when I used to talk about these leagues. I used to do something like this. Let me see if I could actually find the things. I don't even know if I could find the things though. But yeah, I used to do this. Let me show you what I used to. I had my thing set up, man. I used to do this. Let me see. Oh yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that. I have the regular version of StreamYard. I can't even put any I can't put any background and things like that in the stream. You know, too bad. Too bad. But what I think I could put up is this. Let me see. So I got Demo Dre with me. Where do you think Liverpool will place next season?
Liverpool will definitely be top 4. Don't worry about that, Dom.
I thought you should say you're gonna win the title, not top 4.
No, we'll see after the transfer window.
Oh my God, that was legendary, man. That was legendary. Is he still in here? Demo Dre. I met Demo Dre at the cricket park, man. How long ago was that? That was about 2 years ago. Is he still in the house? Is he still in the house, man? I'm glad I still have that. I asked this guy, how does he feel about Liverpool winning the title or something like that? I don't have my headphones on my speaker on. And this guy was not confident at all. Not confident at all, man. You know? And I remember when I used to drop the bombs. I still got the bombs, but I don't want to drop it, man. It might be a little loud. I want to drop it. I want to drop the bomb in here. I want to drop the bomb. But it might be a little loud. You know? So I have a few things. Like I used to do this one. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, man. So who remembers this one?
You guys are delusional.
That was from a while ago. I gotta be from like 2021 or something, man. But it's fun. Demo Dre in the house. Yeah, Demo. But La Liga. See what happened. I do have access to La Liga as well. Atletico Madrid. Griezmann, Llorente, Koke, same old players, man. Same old players. Girona, who's under the City group, sold a lot of their players. They sold Dovbyk. They didn't. Well, Savinho came to City, but they have the Ukrainian there, Shigankov. Brian Hill signed to Girona. Abel Ruiz. I think he was a former Barcelona player. Oriol Romeu, who was recently at Barcelona. Yanel Herrera, Venezuelan. I always wanted him to have a chance at City, but I don't know. Daley Blind, formerly of Manchester United. And Paulo Gazzaniga. Let me pronounce his name, Gazzaniga. You know, so yeah, man. That's what's going on there with Girona, who will be in the Champions League. Danny van der Beek left United to go to play for a City Group club. Let's think about that. So, whatever happened to the thing where they say City and Girona can't play in the Champions League together? Is that still a thing? I actually wanted to listen to the Champions League thing today, but I don't have a headphones. All my headphones the jacks broke. So I don't have a headphone. But another time, when the Champions League starts, you know, time come around, we will check that out. But anyways, I don't want to linger too long here right now. Let's just run through some of the games. Match week day 3 started today. Villarreal defeated Celta 4-3. Look back at some of the recent results here. Real Madrid beat Valladolid 3-0. Look at this. Endrick scored. Brahim Diaz, formerly of City. Fede Valverde. Look at their lineup. You got Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius, Rodrigo. Oh, man. That loss in the Champions League last season still hurt. Should have beat them suckers, man. They look good. Not gonna lie. You know what I mean? You gotta keep it real, man. You can't be out here being a hater. You can't be a hater out here. Keep it real. If they look good, they look good. Don't be a hater. Just keep it real. Barcelona 2-1 over Valencia. Oh, that's an old result. I think Barcelona 2-1 over Athletic Club. So I don't want to go through all the results. I think in the past I went through all the results. I don't want to do that. But at the standings right now, 3 matches played. Villarreal is at the top with 7 points. Celta, 6 points. They did lose that game. And Barcelona, Atleti. Barcelona, well, Real Madrid did draw a game. I think I saw that one. Mallorca, yeah, I did talk about that one. Drew against Mallorca. And yeah, that's how things are looking going into match day 3. But, you know, it's always going to be Barca, Atleti, and Real Madrid. And Girona was like a disruptor last season. But it's always going to be those 3 teams, man. Atleti, Barca, and Real Madrid. I don't know. This league is not like the Premier League, man. In the past, it used to be, you know, like Sevilla used to poke their head in, you know, like a Valencia, you know, but, you know, look at Valencia. Valencia's been struggling for some seasons. Anyways, that's what La Liga is looking like, man. Let's take a quick look at the Bundesliga over in Germany. I like the Bundesliga. You know, I used to stay on top of a lot of leagues. Like, I'll just go and check the scores. I won't really talk too much about it. I watch the games. I just like to check the score, check to see who's scoring goals. But Bayern Munich, Vincent Kompany, man. Imagine that. Vincent Kompany is managing Bayern Munich. Wow. Wow. Is Niko Kovac still at Wolfsburg? Let me see. Is it Kovac? No, it's Hassan Hutel. Whoa. Wasn't it Kovac recently? Where's Kovac these days? Let me see. What's going on here. Did he get sacked? What is Hassan Hutel doing there? Hassan Hutel, formerly of Southampton, guys. Remember that? Remember Ralph Hassan Hutel? He was always struggling, man. Niko Kovac. Where's he now? Wasn't he at Wolfsburg? I might be wrong. I don't know. Yeah, he was at Wolfsburg. Where's he now? He's not managing any team right now. Oh, he was cooking at Wolfsburg, man. He's not at Leverkusen. That's Xabi Alonso. Oh, you're talking about Leverkusen. You're saying Leverkusen. So, it was nice to see Leverkusen win the title last season, man. We know the whole Neverkusen thing. It was just nice to see someone else win the freaking title, man. Just fed up with Bayern Munich. It's really nice to see Juventus get knocked off their perch. Bayern Munich get knocked off their perch. You know, PSG did get knocked off their perch too. But, of course, won it again. And you know which team people want us to get knocked off their perch? Manchester City. But these are the scores. Gladbach, Leverkusen, 2-3. You know, I'm not going to go into these games right about now, but in the future for sure. Oh, the Bundesliga actually just started. It's the first match week. Oh, I see. St. Pauli is finally in the Bundesliga, it looks like. I don't think they were in the league last year. Did they really follow the league closely last year? Yeah, they weren't. They weren't in the league last year. They got promoted. I remember watching teams like Heidenheim in like the DFB Pokal. And they're now in the Bundesliga. I love things like that, man. Teams like Bochum getting promoted, you know. I like that, man. I really like that. But one story that is always, you know, nice to see. I know they're like, you know, they're termed as a plastic club. I haven't heard people say that about City in a while, though. I haven't heard that. But Leipzig, right? Leipzig was formed recently. And they came up through the systems, all the way throughout the system. They just came right up, and competed for the Bundesliga. And it's a pity that Leipzig has not yet won the Bundesliga. If we go all the way back to 2014-15, right? Leipzig was not in the Bundesliga. You see that, guys? they were not in the Bundesliga. 15-16, they were not in the Bundesliga. I think they came in, was it not, I think it was 17-18. It's not, yeah, 16. The first year these dudes came in the Bundesliga, they came second. Imagine that. And ever since then, they've been in the Bundesliga. 1, 2, look, these are the seasons I've been doing YouTube, right? 16, 17 is when I started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is my 9th season doing YouTube. Put some respect on my name, guys. Smash up the thumbs up button. If you haven't yet done so, we'll definitely appreciate that. If you're watching the replay, we'll definitely appreciate that, man. 9 seasons. You think I just started doing this? I've been doing this a long time. It ain't easy. 9 seasons. My wife had to put up with this. 9 seasons. My wife had to put up with me being downstairs, and I'm back downstairs again. I can't talk too hard. I don't want her to hear me. 9 seasons. Guys, imagine that. 9 seasons. And you know what I used to tell her? I used to be like, at least I'm in the house. I'm here. I'm in the house. Chill. I'm in the house, man. But yeah, 9 seasons, man. Crazy. Crazy. I've been doing this a long time, guys. A long, long time. You think I just started? I ain't just started, man. I've been doing this. And you know what? Throughout the whole time, wait, Stuttgart came in second last year? Damn. I didn't even realize that. That's crazy. And Stuttgart was playing in if you go back to 2019-20, I don't think they were even in the league. You see that? Stuttgart wasn't even in the league. Look at that. I think they got relegated that season there. Yep. They got relegated. I think they went into the playoffs and got relegated. You see that? And then they came back in the league maybe 2021. Let me see. Yep, 2021. And they've been in the league ever since. See? Stuttgart. On the brink. See that? See that? That's crazy, man. See that? On the brink again. Playoff final. 22-23. How are you going to go from playoff final 22-23, right? That is crazy. You were almost relegated and then you came second. That is nuts. That is crazy. That is nuts, man. But for Dortmund, they had this title to win. This was one of the maddest title races. They had the title to win and didn't win it. And Leverkusen came and win the title before Dortmund, who has been the biggest bridesmaid club in the world. Dortmund, look at that. Second. Pure second. Dortmund, look. You keep going back. Dortmund, second. They must hate Bayern Munich. And the thing is, Bayern Munich just used to steal all the Dortmund players. Oh, yeah, you good? Come over here. Thank you. But yeah, man, we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of the Bundesliga and the La Liga and, and look at the teams and look at the managers and things like that. Let's just take a quick look at the Serie A. And I'm going to leave it right there for now. Maybe another time we take a look at the French league and things like that. But keep an eye on this team, Como. Fabregas is at the helm of this club. And they were quite impressive in getting promotion. And they've done some good recruitment. So keep your eye on Como. I do have access to watching these games. I think I have access to watching most of the leagues. And if I want to watch anything, I could just pay to watch it. It's all good. So I'm not gonna act like I'm an expert at these clubs because I'm not. I remember a few years ago, someone did hit me up and tell me, "Oh, keep an eye on this club, Venezia. They got some new ownership and they basically on the way up." And they were right. You know what I'm saying? What would be fun is if you go in the lower leagues and just look at a club and start supporting one of those lower league clubs. Not to say support them to be a big fan, but just follow the team. That's something fun to do. But actually in match day 2 over in Italy, and these are some of the results so far. Juventus beating Verona 3-0. Roma losing to Empoli there. Como drawing. Napoli winning 3-0. And I am going to look at the other leagues and look at the transfers and look at the players and things like that. And I'll do that when I have time. Inter 2-0. Parma beating Milan 2-1. Atalanta. I like Atalanta is one of my favorite Italian teams. If I have to have a team in Italy that I'm a fan of, because I like the way they play, it's gonna be Atalanta. The Gasparini there. I like watching Atalanta play. So there you have it. The Italian league. That's what some of the fixtures and the results this weekend. And let me just go back here. The Italian league, bam, Juventus on top. But last season we know it's been the Inter, it's been the AC Milan, and it's been the Napoli show over the last 3 seasons. Inter 94 points, completely walking the league. That is crazy. They just walk the league. 22-23, it was Napoli. Napoli walked the league that season. The previous season, AC Milan, they didn't walk the league. It was close. Very, very close. The previous season, Inter Milan, they walked the league. So the last 4 years, it's been 2 for Inter, 1 for Milan, 1 for Napoli. And before that, of course, it was all Juventus. But the signs were there. The signs were there. See, Inter almost won that title. The signs were there. And they could have. They really could have. But it's nice to see Juventus now. Oh, man, it was boring, man. I know you guys might be like, yeah, it's boring that City's winning. City's winning. But god damn, the Juventus thing and the Bayern thing was boring. They were like 10 in a row. 10 in a row. PSG. It was ridiculous, man. So, yeah. Guys, before I do go, let's look at the Champions League. Champions League standings. Let's look at the Champions League. Champions League 24-25. These are the teams. These are the teams that's in the Champions League so far. I don't know. I have no idea of who qualified in terms of I didn't take no time to look at the other leagues and see who came first and second in the Champions League qualifying places. I didn't. I'm going to keep it real. This is me reacting to who's in the Champions League already, and I'm not including the teams that's in the playoffs. But the teams that are definitely going to be in the Champions League, and I think there's going to be a new format as well. Man, I've been way behind. But AC Milan, Arsenal, Aston Villa, and it's actually in alphabetical order, it seems like. Is it? I think it is. Yeah, it is in alphabetical order. So AC Milan, Arsenal, Aston Villa, Atalanta. Okay. Nice to see them in the league. Atletico Madrid. Of course, they're going to be there. Barcelona. Of course. Regulars. Leverkusen. German champs. Bayern. Benfica. Okay. Bologna. Wow. I wasn't expecting to see Bologna. I really wasn't expecting to see that team in there. Seriously. I wasn't. Wow. Dortmund, of course. Stade Brest. I think they were a recently promoted team to Ligue 1. Stade Brest is in the Champions League. I like to see progress like this. Celtic, of course, more often than not, they win the freaking Scottish League. Club Brugge. Belgium. Feyenoord. the Netherlands. Girona, Spain, making a debut. I think this might be the debut for Brest as well. You see what I mean? I think it might be the debut for Brest. Inter Milan, champions of Italy. Juventus are back. Juventus. Weren't they in the Champions League last season? Man, I can't even remember. I don't think they were. I think because they got the point deduction. I can't remember, man. Liverpool are back. I could definitely remember that Liverpool weren't in the Champions League last season. Manchester City, my team. Monaco are back in the Champions League. Talk about Manchester City, Monaco. That was a classic back in the was that the 16-17 season? Was it? Or the 17-18? One of them seasons. PSG, of course. PSV, these are regulars. RB Leipzig regulars. Real Madrid. Real Madrid. Champions. Yeah. Not my favorite team. Shakhtar Donetsk, they're regulars in the league. Sporting. Sturm Graz. I think didn't Sturm Graz made the Champions League a few seasons ago? But are they like Austrian or something like that? I think so. They might be. I don't know. And Stuttgart. Sturm Graz. Yeah, Austrian. Yeah, I know. You see? I still got it, man. I still got it. But have they ever been in the Champions League, though? Have they? I don't know who's been in the Champions. As a matter of fact, since Google got this AI thing, let me just type Champions League debutants this season. Let me see. League debutants, Champions League debutants set for the biggest stage. That was last year. I don't know, man. Come on, man. Come on. Thought I would have gotten a result. I ain't got no result. Where's the freaking results, man? All right, let me put Champions League debutants 2024-25. What the hell? Come on, man. All right, let me go here. UEFA Champions League. I don't want to look at the format, though. I don't want to look at the format yet. Don't want to look at anything in terms of the format. So, let me see. All right, so this is what we got so far. I just spoke about the teams. Just spoke about the teams that made it. And these are the teams in the playoff round. Red Star Belgrade, Galatasaray, Young Boys, Dinamo Zagreb. The usual. Union Saint-Gilloise, FC 20. Okay, wasn't expecting to see them. But these are like the regulars, man. These are the regulars. And I'm not going to even go into what has been going on in the qualifying games right about now. But the playoffs are definite. The league phase that's going to happen in a few days. The league phase in 3 days. I think this Thursday. Yeah, sometime that's going to happen. So we got some results here, but I'm not even going to go into those results. I think one season Steve and I did cover these results and did cover this whole thing, and I won a shirt from Steve. And I did tune into Steve's channel. Where's Steve at? I did tune into Steve's channel, and I left a comment. I thought Steve was actually going to be mad excited to see me comment. The man read my comment and just kept it moving. Steve, man, come on, bro. You let me down there, man. You let me down, Steve. Come on, bro. Thought you were going to be excited to see me, bro. But you weren't. You weren't. So, the playoff round, these are the results so far. Young Boys 3, Galatasaray 2, Dinamo Zagreb 3-0 over Karabaj. Midtjylland and Slovan Bratislava 1-1. Bodo Glimt, who's been on the up, beat Red Star Belgrade 2-1. Malmo lost to Sparta Prague 2-0. And it's not Slavia Prague, it's Sparta Prague. And Slavia Prague is also there, who lost to Lille 2-0. Czech Republic teams. Dynamo Kiev lost to Red Bull Salzburg 2-0. So the playoffs, you know, the next games are coming up. And I think then you have the knockout phase. What is that? No, that's not the... Let me see. I think this might be the last phase. Is that the last phase? I think these, let me see. 29 clubs have... Let me see. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. Let's go back up. I think it's, let me see. Let's go back up, man. Okay, see? it's 36 teams. It used to be 32 teams, but now it's 36 teams. So I have to, it's new. It's new to me. And despite me doing this for freaking, was it, how many teams? Was it 36? Listen. Yeah, I'm getting confused right now. 32 teams before. Listen, we in a new age, man. 32 teams before, and now it's 36. I'll do this another time, man. This is a bit overwhelming for me. This is overwhelming for an old man, man. This is overwhelming for an old man. New format is rubbish. You know? Yeah. But guys, I've been streaming for 2 hours, 41 minutes. I got some other things to do. I don't know if I'm going to have a chance to do them. My wife probably gone into bed already. You know, got to go up, take a shower, and get ready to conquer tomorrow. I need to spend some more time in this room to clean it up and get the ball rolling. Keep the ball rolling. I already got the ball rolling. I just want to keep the ball rolling. So, guys, if you haven't yet liked the video, make sure you do so. Appreciate you guys tuning into yet another one. I could be here streaming. To be honest, guys, if it's up to me, I'll be here streaming for 6 hours because there's so many things I want to talk about. I want to talk about transfers. I want to talk about other leagues, Champions League, Europa League, Conference League. I want to talk international football. There's a lot of things I want to talk about, but, you know, my time's limited, definitely. So I do appreciate everybody who tuned into the stream and who stayed here for the entire stream. Big up to Media, who said, man, missed the stream, didn't realize. Big up to Andre, who's been here for most of the stream. Big up to Elijah Lawson. Big up to Krim. Big up to the boy Demo Dre. You know, who else we got here, man? Big up to BX Gunner, Marcel, Z. Big up. Z said, yo, you need to make me a mod. Good to see you back doing the streams. I've been busy a lot lately, but gotta catch you live. Is this my boy Z from St. Vincent? Is that you, Z? Is that you? But yeah, man, Dom, you need to go to football school. Why? It's just my opinion, man. It's just an opinion, you know. But guys, thanks for tuning in to yet another one. I'm your boy Dom. I'm a bit tired. I need to get some rest as well. I think I'll do the live stream once a week for now, and when I can, I'll up it to 2. But I'll keep dropping the videos. You know, the prediction videos. Definitely reaction videos, and as time goes on, I'll come up with some other things that I want to do, you know. And this is, you know, in the age of short form content, I have the setup. I could do a lot of YouTube shorts. I could do a lot of things, but I just don't have the time. It's just the time. But oh yeah, big up Z, big up. How are you, man? How are you, my bro? But yeah, man, thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. I'm your boy Dom. Subscribe if you're new. Like the video if you haven't yet done so. And until next time, I like to say thanks for watching. Peace out. Rich. Squad. Peace.